Hi guys, here's your host and host Suhail Mathur, best-selling author and co-founder of the Book Bakers Literary Agency, as I welcome you to yet another episode of Superstars with Suhail. And the superstar over here today with us is none other than our best-selling author. She's a columnist and she's written books ranging from romances to historicals, and you just need to wait and hear through this interview to know what else is in store. She's a wonderful poet as well. Presenting to you the lovely Rrashima Verma. Hi Rrashima, how are you?
Hi Suhail, very well, and thank you so much for inviting me on this superb show of yours. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, I hope you'll enjoy, because the questions over here will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. So there'll be 13 segments and you only need to promise me three things. One, you will be honest and frank. Two, you will be fast and quick. And third, we're not going to be shocked by anything that comes your way. All right.
All right. We're good on that.
Perfect. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin our first segment which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So Rrashima, segment 1, Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, basically encapsulates the firsts of our authors, where I'll be asking you 5 questions, and you need to respond to that and give a slight short background to it, so that the viewers can know what it is about. So the first of your firsts coming your way, your first crush.
My first crush was a guy called Imran who was in school, and if he's watching, well, he was completely oblivious. So yes.
And where is he now? Are you still in touch with him?
No, I'm not.
Maybe that Imran has just gone on to become Hashmi now.
No, actually this one was Imran with an I, though I do have a crush on Imran Hashmi too.
Fair enough. So this was in which class? Second standard, you said?
No. I was in grade 7. I was in grade 7.
All right. Wonderful. But did you ever tell him you didn't? Because he was oblivious to it, right?
I was very old-fashioned that way. I always felt that the guy should come and talk to me first.
Fair enough. Great. So the next question, your first salary and how did you spend it?
Oh, you want to know the amount of my first salary?
Yeah.
Oh, that was 10,000 rupees, 10,000 INR.
When?
And how did I spend it? I bought myself a perfume.
Oh, nice. But 10,000 when? In which year?
This was when I was a management trainee actually with a company. So I think this was way back in 2003 maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
10,000, 2003 is pretty good actually. So great, and you bought yourself a perfume. That's nice. You've always
I did, yeah.
Classy things. So fair enough. Your first vehicle you bought?
It was a Santro. And the reason I bought it is because it is very easy to reverse, and I was terrible at reversing the cars. So yeah.
Wonderful. So how long back did you buy it?
This was again, I think 2003, 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So your first literary memory.
My first literary memory.
Yeah.
I started writing for a magazine called Spark, the magazine. And even though I'd done a lot of columns and articles for newspapers before that, but Spark was the kind of thing where they had a completely professional editorial process,
Okay.
And it was a tough editorial process. So when I got an acceptance for my short story from them, I was really ecstatic. And I think that was the first time I felt, okay, I do have it in me to be a writer. So yeah, that was my first memorable literary memory.
That's wonderful. Always getting assurances from somebody else is so nice. I remember, I was in the 8th standard and I had to write a review to get into I had to write a sample to get into the editorial board. I must tell Karan Oberoi this. I wonder how I haven't told him. But I actually did a comparison between Viva and the Band of Boys. And
wow.
how, which one, and how they were aligned, what were the strengths and weaknesses, and obviously I liked the band more, so that's how I wrote. But yeah, I mean the teachers loved it and I got into the editorial board. So I must tell Karan Oberoi, who we now represent as well, and he was part of the Band of Boys, still is. So great. Yeah. I completely understand what you mean. And this was when? How long back was this?
No, so this was it was much later on in my literary journey, because before that I'd done a lot of. I was also editor of the school magazine. I'd done a lot of work for. I was working for other newspapers as well. But this was, I don't know, it was special maybe because the story itself was special, and the editors did such a brilliant job editing it, and the way they, the magazine, the way it turned out, the print edition. So this must have been, I think, in 2000 and 2006 maybe. Yeah,
Okay,
this was
fine.
2000.
Yeah, but still been what, 17 years? So great.
Yeah.
So now, your first book with us was A Break in Love. So my question is, how did the idea of your first book with the Book Bakers germinate?
So the idea of the book germinated before I spoke to you, and I actually started writing it, and which is what really led me to you eventually. But yeah, I mean, I was on a vacation with my husband, and what I realized is, we were at the airport, and there was this newly married couple sitting there, and I could see them bickering with each other. And I was just thinking, that there are so many stages in married life. So despite the fact that they were newly married, they were having this skirmish. And I was talking to my husband, and we were just wondering how and what it was that led us, to get along across different stages of our lives. And what are the challenges we face, because we were well into 10 years of our marriage by then. Right. So that is how the idea of it came about, that all couples, particularly Generation Y couples, have challenges. And what really led me to you was, when I finished writing the book, I really thought that it was a book that should be read by, it should be a universally read book. People will relate to it all over the world, across different ages and genders. And when I spoke to you for the first time, I was very clear that this is the place where my book is going to find the perfect home, because you exuded so much confidence, and there was so much, I could tell that you had a pulse of the industry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think the, people have responded to not only A Break in Love, but also to the Royal Scandal. It's so heartening, and it's been number one everywhere possible, right from Amazon to bookstores, and biggest of brands, papers, magazines have featured it. So it's great. I think that was the start. Somebody else's bickering was the start of a beautiful equation that you have with the Book Bakers Literary Agency.
With the Book Bakers,
just like
yes.
that, very rapidly, you have finished the first segment. And so now we move into our second segment, which is aptly called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So, the second segment is the Rocking Rapid Fire. I'll be asking you 10 questions, and you have to reply to me at the earliest. So here's your first question. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents?
Not from my parents, but pretty much on the sly from everyone. This was 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, superb. An Indian male author or someone from the literary fraternity you find handsome?
Who I find handsome? Well, I do find Anirban, I find him to have a great personality. So yes, Anirban Bhattacharya.
Anirban would be very, very happy to know that. So the next question is, commercial success or critical acclaim?
Critical acclaim first.
Book launches or literary festivals?
Both.
One.
Literary festivals.
All right.
Literary festivals.
Okay. Who's hotter, a man in a suit or a man in a swimming trunk?
A man in a suit, like Karan Chopra from my first book.
Perfect. An Indian actor you would like to date?
I think Imran Hashmi.
Imran Hashmi. All Imrans are having a good time on this show. So, naughty or nice?
Naughty.
Movies or web series?
Web series.
I knew that.
I think you already know that. You know that.
Absolutely. An Indian book you wish you had written?
An Indian book I wish I had written. Okay, now this is a difficult one. No, I think the one I really wanted to write was the one you brought to me, and that was The Royal Scandal. There is no other book at this point in time which I'm as obsessed with. I think you really gave me the book of my lifetime. I don't think there's going to be any book which I would want to write as much as I would have wanted to write this. So, The Royal Scandal.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. The last one, mind, body or soul? The aspect that impresses you the most?
Mind.
Perfect. So that brings our rocking rapid fire to a rocking end. And now it's time for segment 3, which is called Pucho To Jane. So, Rrashima, segment 3 is Pucho To Jane, where actually one author from the Book Bakers has asked you a question. Alright.
All right.
And there is a Three Idiots connection to it. So, I will be asking you the question and you have to, of course, answer it. And then I'll be giving you options with respect to who's asked the question. If you are able to answer it in the first guess, you are like Rancho, the topper from Three Idiots. If you answer it in the second go, you are like Farhan, that is Madhavan, decent. And if you answer it in the last attempt, then you are like Raju, not that great. Okay, so let's see
Got it. Yeah.
what the question is, and then post that we will see who asked you that. So Rrashima, your question is this. Your glass of wine stands out in most of your posts. Tell us how and when you began liking red wine. Also, do you like it with cheese? And if you do, please tell your favorite wine and cheese pairing.
Okay. So I started enjoying wine much later in life. I used to drink it, but the appreciation of it started, I think I really enjoyed my first glass of wine on a cruise. And this was a special anniversary cruise that my husband and I went for. It was the Costa Concordia, which, by the way, is the ship that actually sunk. The ship that sank. And this was a tragedy that happened in maritime history. But anyhow, that cruise was memorable, and it was the first time I enjoyed a really good glass of Pinot Noir. So, and I'm not a very big wine and cheese person. I enjoy my wine the way it is. I don't enjoy it with any appetizer or anything to eat. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for giving that insight. And now you have to guess who asked you this question. So I'll give you three options. So three options are Abhirup Dhar, Vani Kaushal, and Manas Lal. Who would have asked?
Manas. I think Manas.
That is absolutely wrong. So let's see. Abhirup Dhar or Vani Kaushal?
Abhirup Dhar.
Abhirup Dhar. Well, this time you're right. So it is indeed Abhirup. So you are
Saving grace.
one from Three Idiots.
Okay.
That's Farhan. So good job. Not bad.
Well, thank God for small mercies, because, thanks.
So that's good. I thought it was.
Thanks, Abhirup. I love that question. Thank you, Abhirup.
It was interesting too. So now that we are done with that, we will move to our fourth segment. And this show of ours has 13 segments, just to let you know. So the fourth segment is called Best and the Worst. So segment 4, Rrashima, is Best and the Worst, where I'll ask you a few questions and you have to very quickly tell me what your favorites are and what are the things that you find the worst.
Okay.
Your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is Norwegian salmon.
And what is the yuckiest dish you've ever had in life?
No, so I don't like brinjals in any form. Yeah.
All right, favorite. Favorite film?
Favorite all-time? Okay, Love Story.
And the worst movie
and also Titanic.
The worst movie you've ever seen?
The worst movie I've ever seen? American Pie.
American Pie. Right. Who's your favorite actor?
Jared Butler.
All right. The best film and the worst film of your favorite actor?
Okay, so the best one I think was, I loved it. I don't know if everyone did, but P.S. I Love You was, I think he's awesome. And I know everyone thinks he's an action hero, but he did the romance thing so well.
Yeah,
I didn't like 300 so much, I know it was supposed to be an epic film, but I didn't like 300.
That's great. Your favorite song?
My favorite song is Besame Mucho. So this is a Mexican bolero. And I like Andrea Bocelli's rendition of it very much.
Nice. We'll probably hear this very soon. A hit or popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
That I don't like or didn't like. I do love the movie Titanic, but I think the theme song was a little overrated. Yeah, My Heart Will Go On. I think it was a little overrated.
All right, fair enough. Your least favorite actor?
In Hollywood or Bollywood?
Across. But Bollywood, I think, would be better.
Well, actually, my least favorite is in Hollywood, and that's Tom Cruise.
Okay.
I don't like him at all. Yeah.
Okay. The worst movie of your least favorite actor.
I haven't seen any of his movies. I don't manage to get through them. I can't. Somehow, I just can't see myself watching Tom Cruise's movies.
So basically, watching any movie of his is a mission impossible for you.
For me, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. And the last one coming your way, the best thing about your spouse.
That he pours me a glass of red wine before I ask for it.
Wonderful. And a thing you would want to improve in your spouse.
In my spouse, no, I think I am pretty okay with everything. Yeah, maybe his obsession with the gym.
Okay.
It kind of eats into our own time. So yeah, sometimes that can be a little aggravating.
Fair enough. So that sums up segment 4, and now we move to segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. Okay. And Dimag Ka Dahi basically is where I'll be asking you a brain teaser, and you have to quickly respond to it. So I have with me some options, and let me ask you this one. So Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Each son had 1 wife, 1 son, and 1 sister. How many people were there in the family? Chan Wong.
No, I can't.
Chan Wong and Ching Wong had 3 sons. Each son had 1 wife, 1 son, and 1 sister. How many people were there in the family?
Oh gosh. Okay. I
Chan
think
Wong and
12.
Ching Wong had
12.
3 sons.
Hmm.
How many people were there in the family?
12. I
That
think.
is absolutely right. So well done, Rrashima. That is
My
the
son-
right answer.
Yeah, my son is going to be proud of me because he thinks I'm pretty bad at maths. So.
No, but that is very good. So
Okay.
since you answered that well, we'll also ask you one more. So a plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side would you bury the survivors? A plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side would you bury the survivors?
On which side would I bury the survivors? No, you don't bury survivors. Okay.
Right answer. Well done.
All right.
That's 2.
Thank you.
Very good. You can clap for yourself because we'll also clap. That's good. And now we come to our next segment, which is segment 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So what you need to do, Rrashima, is you know the drill, right? What you need to do is that you need to do this. Your 10 fingers should be open, and with everything that you have done, you bring a finger down. And at the end,
All right.
what is the percentage that you've garnered? All right?
All right, here we
So
go.
segment 6, never have I ever stolen in a shop.
Oh, I have. So, okay, so then that comes
Cheated,
one.
you have to put your, okay, fine. Beaten someone from the opposite gender.
No, I haven't.
Kissed someone from the same gender.
No, I haven't.
Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill.
I'll have to put 2 or 3 fingers down there.
Stalked the profile of an ex.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got drunk at a party.
Of course.
Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Yes.
Okay. Kissed in public.
Yes, I've kissed my husband many times in public.
Used a pickup line to impress someone.
Yes.
And lied about your actual location to someone.
Of course, all the time.
So well, that's an 80%. Rrashima, that's quite high. You've done some really interesting and fun things in your life. 80%, that's great. So very interesting. And with that, we now move to segment 7, which is called Main Hoon Kaun. So now, segment 7, as the name suggests, Main Hoon Kaun, I will be giving you certain clues about a personality. and you have to tell me who that personality is. So I'll be giving you 3 clues. If you're able to answer in the first, then you will get a lifeline for one of the other segments that is going to follow. And if I'm in a good mood, then even if you answer it in the second go, I can give you that lifeline. But if you answer incorrectly in the first or the second attempt, then there's going to be a penalty. Of course, in the third, you can take a wild guess, that's allowed. So here is your personality. The present day city of Gurgaon owes its genealogy to me, as I stayed there for a long time.
Why? I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. That's clue number 2. A Bollywood superhero movie has also been made on my name.
I don't know this at all.
Third one, which may help you. My son is still said to be alive thousands of years after my death, probably because a lot of flying objects today sound like my name.
I don't know this. I really don't know this. Oh God. Now I'm feeling like Alia Bhatt.
Would you like to take a guess?
No.
There are no penalties.
No, I actually am feeling a lot like Alia Bhatt felt on the Coffee with
But
Karan
you
show.
answered the brain teasers well, so I think that's all right. So the answer to this is Dronacharya. So Yudhishthir gave him the village, which is why it's called, its present name is Gurugram, which is what it earlier was, Gurugram.
Yeah.
Drona was the movie that came starring Abhishek Bachchan, and Ashwathama is his son who's still said to be alive, and you find a lot of drones flying every day.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was, so we asked you a question which was Gurgaon centric, pretty much, keeping in tune with that, but a fun round nonetheless. And now let's move to our next segment, which is equally fun. It is called segment 8, Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So Rrashima, Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost is a segment where we'd like to ask you, with respect to a break in love per se, because the Royal Scandal had a Britisher, so we'll avoid that for now. A break in love. Who would you like to cast, very quickly, who would you like to cast for the 2 leads if you were to make a Bollywood movie?
I would, ideally love to see Alia Bhatt playing Lisa. I think Alia is a great actress. I like her.
And
she's
vivacious. And the male lead?
I would like to see her husband actually, Ranbir Kapoor, playing that. But otherwise,
Ranbir
I also
Kapoor,
like
Alia Bhatt. Great. But I'll just tell you that is your wish list. But that's not how things manifest in our world. So what I've done is I've made these 2 chit boxes. One has names of actors, one has names of actresses. So I will be swirling these and you have to tell me to stop. I'll stop at that time, pick up 3 chits from each category. And out of those 3, you have to tell me which one would you want, 1, 2 or 3. And that becomes your star cast eventually.
Alright, done.
So this is the males, these are the heroes. Let me know when you'd want me to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so I'll pick up 3.
Yeah.
That's 1, that is 2, and that is 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which number do you want to retain?
Let's go with number 1.
Number 1. Okay, so I put 2 back, I put 3 back. We'll see who it is.
Yeah.
This is for the actresses. Let me know.
Well, stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 1. That is 2. And that is 3. Okay. So which out of the 3?
Number 1 again, yeah. For me, Lisa and Karan are always number 1. So let's go with number 1.
Number 1. Alright.
Yeah.
So you're very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So the actress, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see it because there's a lot of light, but if you take me for it, that I'm saying the truth. The role of the lady is going to be played by Vidya Balan.
Oh God, okay, not Vidya Balan.
Vidya Balan will play Lisa. And it's for, but I think your hero will salvage it because the hero of your book will be Rajpal Yadav.
Jesus, how could you do this to me on Easter? You've done this, Suhail. Not fair.
So Rajpal Yadav and Vidya Balan make the cast of the movie version of A Break in Love. Wow, that's
Look at them.
superb.
See, I've got the book right here. Look how nice they look. And
I'm
see
sure
what
Rajpal Yadav look really smart, like this, and so will Vidya Balan. So great. I think you at least have nice performers. So I think you should take heart with that. So fun round. Moving to segment 9, which is called What Would You Do? Now, in segment 9, what I will basically ask you would be a few things, and you have to tell me what would you do if this happened in your life. And we start off now. If you woke up as Rakhi Sawant,
I would, I don't know, I'll go get plastic surgery or something.
if Urfi Javed was your fashion designer,
I would give up on fashion.
if you became the PM for a day,
Okay, so then you want me to say this out loud here? Because,
what would you do? You just say, what would you do? That's all.
well, I would do something concrete about the pollution in Delhi NCR. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. If Sunny Leone approached you to act as you in your biopic,
Yeah, why not? I like Sunny Leone. I think she's a woman of substance in a lot of ways. So yeah, why not?
fair enough. If you had the power of invisibility,
I would follow my husband to the gym because he never lets me go with him.
perfect. If your cell phone fell into the toilet,
Sorry, if my
cell phone
phone.
fell into the toilet,
I would wear gloves and fish it out because my cell phone is my lifeline these days. So,
if God came in front of you,
I would invite him to dinner and try to understand how he manages to sit quiet while everything goes on in the world. Yeah, I would invite him to dinner.
fair enough. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes,
What would I would fish out a bathrobe from somewhere. Yeah, that's what I would do.
from
Pools
where?
usually have
Okay,
pools
yeah,
usually
they
have
usual.
towels and bathrobes. Yeah.
If you found yourself inside the Big Boss house,
I don't know. I would just go and sleep or something. I hate the whole concept of Big Boss, honestly.
they'll not let you sleep because the moment you sleep, they'll sound the alarm.
Yeah, I guess I'll just tell myself that I have to suck it up while it's
Alright.
lasting, and that, yeah.
And lastly, if someone changed your gender,
I would marry myself when I
Oh,
get
wow.
changed back because I love myself. So
that
I would
is
marry
so
myself.
nice and so humble of you. So great. So that was a very interesting round as well. Moving to segment 10 very quickly. Segment 10 is called What Next? So Rrashima, in segment 10, you have to very quickly tell our readers what are you working on next? What are you working on currently? Just a very quick hint of what they can expect from you.
Well, it's another historical. So there are two historicals. One is centered around a love story,
Okay.
and from the 16th century.
Nice.
And the other one is also a historical, but that's not a love story, which is it's going to be interesting to see how I do something that doesn't have a love story, but
Yeah.
I hope to do justice to it, and that's what I'm working
Absolutely,
on.
I know.
But
Very
this is for our
powerful
listeners.
stories, and I'm sure people will love it, like they have loved your earlier books as well. And I'm very excited for both of them. And now we move to segment 11. So now segment 11 is called Joke Time. So as the name suggests, Rrashima, I'll give you two options. You have to either tell us a joke you find very funny, or you have to quickly recount a very hilarious incident or anecdote that happened in your life. So which
Okay.
one would you like to do first? Or which out of the two would you like to select?
Yeah, I think, I'll probably go with the personal experience of a
Sure,
hilarious
please go ahead.
incident
Please go ahead.
happened. So this is way back, I think in 2005 actually. And my husband and I were in the same gym. And it was well, it was not hilarious then. Now it just feels hilarious. We were in the same gym and we were both working out, and this guy who used to hit on me, he didn't know, right, that Puneet and I were seeing each other, and he actually came and tried to talk to me, and he was a friend, so he used to talk to me regularly. And then there was this one day when Puneet had decided that he's going to go and have it out with him. So I remember I was standing at the entrance of the gym trying to block Puneet's way, and we had this thing, where I was trying to block him, and he would keep, because he said, okay, I know the guy is down there, let me go talk to him. And what happened was the guy came right up, and he put his arm around Puneet and he said, hi dude, what's up? And then Puneet just looked at him and decided to let it go. But it was hilarious. The expression on Puneet's face was hilarious because he was so hell-bent on going and having it out with him. And the moment the guy came and spoke to him, he said, okay, I think I should let it go.
So what happened to that guy when he eventually got to know about it?
Well, he actually was a little, he was persistent. So because Puneet and I weren't engaged or anything, so it's all fair play, right? Till you're engaged, till you're married, it's all fair play. So he kept trying, and eventually one day then Puneet did go and have it out with him, but thankfully it was inside the gym. So it was all very nice and civil, and eventually then he came and attended our wedding because he was a common friend. So yeah.
Oh, nice. So that's a very interesting situation. We can just envisage how it would have played out. So that's segment 11. Now we move to segment 12, which is called Zaban Sambhal Ke. Now, Zaban Sambhal Ke, segment 12 is where I give you a tongue twister. So I have 6 tongue twisters, and you have to choose from one of the 6. And you let me know which one would you want. So I know you are more comfortable in English. So because you answered the brain teasers quickly and I'm in a good mood, I can give you the option of choosing the more English one. They're all Desi, but one is more English. So would you want that, or would you like to choose any out of the 6 randomly?
No, any out of the 6 is fine. Yeah.
Okay, so give me a number and then I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, so number 4.
Wonderful, Rrashima. So you have actually picked out the most difficult one, I feel. Okay, so it's very simple. Very simple. It's called Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya.
Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel.
Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. So I've broken it up for you. It becomes easy. Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Just 10 times.
Tola Ram. I have to say it 10 times.
Yeah. Okay, let's try 5 times. Let's try.
Yeah.
Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Not difficult. Come on.
Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya. Tola Ram, Tala Tol Ke, Tel Mein Tul Gaya.
Very good, Rrashima. You eventually did it. Wonderful. That's interesting.
Well, actually, I'm very good with tongue twisters.
Yeah, I know. So is Sumedha. Yesterday we were practicing all of them. I mean, of course, I knew it, but she was able to crack all. So great.
Yeah.
Wonderful that you've done that very well. So that brings an end to segment 12 and brings us to our last segment, which is segment 13, TBB Shoutout. So Rrashima and TBB Shoutout, what we just want to know is, how has your experience been with the Book Bakers and how did you find this chat show, Superstars with Suhail?
See, Suhail, I think if you really want to know how my experience with the Book Bakers has been, then this rapid fire is never going to be enough, because I think you are the Book Bakers and you are India's #1 literary agency, and simply also because of the way you are with your authors through and through every step of the way. I owe all my literary success to you today, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I mean, both my books are my babies. Both of them are pieces of my heart, and they would never have received the kind of love and the admiration, the reviews that they have if it hadn't been for you. So thoroughly professional, extremely knowledgeable, with a deep knowledge of the industry. I think there's no other agency that an author can really wish to work for that goes all out the way you guys do.
Thank you so much. And how did you find the chat show?
The chat show was like a lot of fun and very unexpected because I thought we'll be having a very serious discussion about books and everything, but this was a lot of fun. I think it was a
that
great
was the whole idea, to make it different, unique, and a lot of fun, because that's what we do when we are with friends.
You actually are a better host than Karan Johar, and I like Karan Johar. I like his show. I love Coffee with Karan, so it's one of my favorite shows. So I think you've done a spectacular.
And thank you so much for gracing our show, and we had a fabulous time. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this conversation as well. So until next time, this is Suhail Mathur signing off. Cheers and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.